Hey folks, this is Justin at Metcalf Mills. Today we're going to be fogging some aphids with neem oil. So the process for that I've talked about before, and in the past week or so I've been watching these aphids and trying a few different things, but not much success. So it's come to the time that I want to go ahead and fog them and knock them back. It's getting close to harvesting time, and we want to try to get them as exterminated as we can before harvest. I've got plans, and I'm working on a wagon type fogger. It's still in process. I'm not ready to do that just yet, so I'm going to use the system I've been using for the last couple years, which is just a backpack blower. And you can see right here on this pipe, I've just kind of cut an X in the plastic on the side of this pipe, and when I'm not fogging with this, I'll just put a piece of tape around there. But what that does is it allows me to put my garden sprayer nozzle right in this blower pipe, just like that, and I can lock the spray nozzle. I can lock it open, just lock it like that, and it'll be spraying all the time. And I'll have my backpack blower on, and I'll be fogging with one hand, carrying my 1 gallon spray in the other hand. Once in a while I'll stop and pump it up, get the pressure built back up, but it works really good. Down here at the end, what I've done, because you want to get the biggest part of the neem up underneath the fodder, up underneath the leaves on the sorghum. So my answer to that has been this. I just slipped this little 22.5-degree elbow in here, tape around it to hold it in place, and that gives me just enough upturn to where I can get through there and kind of keep this away from me as much as possible. Now the neem is a natural oil derived from the neem tree, I think, so it's not toxic or anything, but I still don't want to for sure breathe it in. So we've got a little bit of a breeze today. Shouldn't make much difference because we're going to be right beside or inside of those sorghum rows, which are pretty thick and pretty much a windbreak, so it shouldn't really affect us. Probably not going to do it real heavy because the sun's out. I've heard that you can burn the leaves if you do this in the hottest part of the day. I don't know, it's not like dead summer right now. It's pretty cool today, but the sun is out, so we're just going to go kind of light, maybe hit the worst spots, and then come back in a few days and do it again, maybe earlier in the day and heavier. So how white they look, they're already turning dark. I think that neem's already getting them.
Wow.
They're not moving either. Folks, I wanted to show you right here. This is a ladybug larva. It looks like a little black and orange alligator, kinda. That's the larva of the ladybug or lady beetle that snacks on these sugarcane aphids. So that's what we want to do, is provide a good environment for these predator bugs. They work with us. They eat the sorghum cane's arch enemy, the sugarcane aphid. So what I've done to the pipe on my blower, because it blows straight down, I put a 22.5 degree elbow, just a black, I guess that's ABS plastic, 2.5 inch, I think it was, or no, 2 inch black ABS, 22.5 degree elbow, then a street 90 degree elbow right into that. And that's what I've got, so that this blows straight up underneath the fodder on the cane where those aphids live. So that's how I adapted that to do what I needed it to do. Like I said, this when you get to fogging this neem, it is not toxic, but still I don't want to be breathing it in. You can kind of go around the outside of the patch and fog up underneath the outside rows. That's mostly where the aphids are from what I've seen in my experience. But when you start going through the rows, when you got cane on each side of you, it gets real tight. You've got that exhaust of that blower in there. You've got the neem fogging in the air. It's not a good place to be trying to breathe. And also, if you're fogging earlier in the day, it's going to be wet from dew most of the time. So I put on my trusty old raincoat, and I put on my respirator to protect my lungs, and I've got fuzz on my chin, so I put cotton. I lined the respirator with cotton. That seems to seal off a whole lot better. Don't let anything in around those beard hairs. Folks, that's what we do to combat these sugarcane aphids. They were not a problem until about 2014. I just talked to a buddy of mine the other day, and he deals with a lot of farmers in the United States, and he explained to me those things came from South America in some seed that was supposed to have been fumigated, I guess, to kill anything that was in it, and that step didn't happen. 2 years later, 2016, they made it all the way to here in North Carolina, and they've been wreaking havoc on sorghum cane ever since. So the neem works on them pretty well. You see now how we apply that, and I'll do that pretty regular between now and harvest, just to keep those things at bay and keep them from damaging the sugar content of this sorghum cane. I've been working in sorghum cane off and on my whole life, helping other people, mostly when I was younger. And this is the third year that I've been really serious about growing it. And this is the first year that I'm kind of doing it all myself, you know, without working with somebody else on it. I have done it for the last 3 years, but it was kind of a collaboration, working together and whatnot. But we'll be harvesting this stuff and cooking it really soon, and that'll be something I'll share with you. And you can also check out my bricks video where I check the sugar content of the sorghum cane. I show you how that works, and there'll be more about that at harvest time. This is Justin at Metcalf Mills. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like it if you will. Subscribe to my channel if you've not already. I'll share some other interesting things with you.